Okay, this is the Running Down A Dream guitar lesson. Mike Campbell on guitar. We're going to be really quickly looking at the riff and the chords, and then we'll go straight into the solo. Mike Campbell's tone is amazing. He's known for using like a Princeton amp or a Fender Tweed Deluxe. I tried my best to try and mimic his tone. Obviously it's hard because you want to get loads of sustain, not to try and push it too much, but I hope I've done it justice. If you enjoy the lesson, please leave a like or a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Let's get into it. Thank you, peace. Okay, so from the top, we have the main riff in the song. It is a descending pattern in E minor on the bottom E string. And you've got to pull off, you're pulling off each time. And you're starting on 7th, so you're going 7, pull off, 6, pull off, 5, pull off, 3, pull off. The chords in the verse are just E and D. And in the chorus, it's A, G, E, E, G, A. And in the outro, it's G, A, E. Okay, so the solo is in E minor pentatonic. We're starting up at the 12th fret, so it's just the first position. And we've got this bend on the B and the high E. So you're bending on the 15th up to the 17th. So it's a full bend, and you're just holding the bend up there once you get there, and you've got some vibrato. So you're playing both strings at the same time, so it's in unison. And then you're switching to playing them intermittently. And then you've got that slide up to the 17th. So on the last one, you're going high E12. Instead of bending up from 15th to 17th, you're sliding up, having some vibrato. What I like about that part is the syncopation between the drums, the fill, and the solo. It just keeps it moving, and it makes it really, really rhythmical. So once you're up there, you bend on the 20th, and this is a really high bend. So you instead of bending a full step, you're bending 2. Back to 17th. Keeping it there, bending down. And a quick one. And then sliding. What it is when you're playing these notes, these are actually the same as the high E on the first position. But the reason you're up here is because Mike does this slide. You can hear the slide back, and it's easier if you're in this position to do that slide. So, last one, bend on 12, back to 17, and you're sliding to 12. Then playing the high E12 and then back to B12. So you're bending again on the 15th. And instead of coming down, you're just bending up and releasing. Playing the high A12. And then walking down, so you're playing the B without bending. So you've got a bend on the 14th on G. And then playing 12 on B. And that second bend, you're going to 12 on the G chord, G string as well. So first one's the first one's a bend up and not coming down. The second one, you are coming up and down. So that's a 14th on the D and back to 12 on G. Then you have the cool hammer-on pattern. So you're barring the B and high E on the 10th fret, and you're hammering on the B string onto the 12th. So you're hammering on, and once you're hammering on, you're playing the high A. And sliding up, 12, keeping the bar. And this pattern changes. Obviously, he when he's playing it, he's just going with the feel of it. And at first, he does a couple of hammers-ons. So you're hammering onto the 15th, but on the bar on the 12th, and then it goes to like a pull-off. Back to that bend again on the 15th and high E on the 12th. And then that really high bend again, but instead of doing it on the 20th, you're doing it on the high E on the 15th. So you're bending up, releasing, 12 and high E, back to the bend, 12 and B. And then 12, 15, 12 and high E. You're bending up, hitting the high E, keeping the bend up there, and then bending back down. And he does that quick double like wow wow. High A, 12, 15, B, 12 B, and then that bend, and then on the 14th on G, and then once you bend up, you're releasing and hitting the 12 on D, on B, and then doing another bend, but this time bending up and down and coming back to the 12 on the same string on the G. 14, 12, 14 on D. And you have this bit where you're barring the G and the B string on 12 and switching between the bar and the back on the D string on the 14th. Walking back up, back on the 14th, 12, 14, 12, bend on the 15th, and high A, 12. Then you have the Chuck Berry lick where you've got your bar on the 12th fret on just the B and high A. The bend again on the 14 to 12 on the G. Walking up. Bend for the start. This is the coolest lick I've worked out from listening to it. You know, I've seen people think some people think it's an overdub, but this is definitely how I think he plays it. It's such a wicked blues lick. So you're doing that unison bend again, but with your little finger, you're doing a pull off from the 15th to the 12th. Why the bend is up. So you're bending up, pull off, high A. And what you're doing is you're letting the bend descend. So it sounds like you're torturing the guitar. Two bends. You've got that little walk down, which is really staccato. 15, 12, 14, 12, 14. Back to the hammer-on pattern, this time slower. It's got that slide, so when you slide up to the 12 before, you slide up to the 12 again. And then start up to the 15th, keeping the bar. Back to 12. Hammer off. This is obviously where the song's playing out. So you just go mad and just do what you know, everything you've learned, just go improv. Another cool thing you can do is where you hit the strings, it changes the sound. So if you come more towards the bridge, it's definitely like more piercing. Like listen.